Today we are going to start The Merchant of Venice. Act 1 and Act 2 you have already studied in your 9th class. So now we'll start from Act 3. Okay? I am going to share the picture with
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Okay, so this is Act 3. Scene 1. This scene has been took place in a street of Venice. Here the two characters of this drama, this novel is Celenio and Salarino. Celenio, now what news on the Rialto? What is the news from the Venetian Stock Exchange? Rialto means the Venetian Stock Exchange. Salarino said, why, yet it lives there unchecked, that Antonio hath a ship of rich lading wrecked on the narrow seas, the good winds, I think they call the place a very dangerous, flat and fatal. I just want to know any of you, just tell me, a brief summary what you have studied in Act 1 and Act 2. Okay, who will tell me? Just raise your hand. Who will tell me? Yes? Any of you? Yes, tell me. Who will tell me? Aqsa Rehan. Aqsa Rehan. Unmute yourself, please. Yes, please. Saeed, I am asking, just tell me what happened in Act 1 and Act 2. It's a novel, means the story behind this, these scenes are like Bassanio wanted to marry Portia and he had not that much wealth that he can propose Portia. So he asked Antonio to give him money. He wanted to borrow from Antonio, but Antonio also doesn't have that much of money. So he borrowed the money from. Who gave money to Bassanio?
Shylock.
Yes, Shylock. So Shylock gave the money to Bassanio. Okay. Now tell me that how many characters were there in the Act 1? Do you remember? Who were there in scene 1? How many characters were there? Who was the friend of Antonio?
Ma'am, Selenio, and Bassanio.
Yes. And who were the friend for Bassanio? Who came with him? Friend for Bassanio. Yes. They were Lorenzo and Graciano. And who was the maid of Portia? What was her name? Nerissa. And what was Portia's father will for her marriage? What was his will?
Ma'am, there were 3 caskets of gold, silver, and lead, and one of them had Portia's portrait. So
Yes.
whoever will choose the right casket will get married to her.
Yes, yes. And who wanted to marry Portia? Who wanted to marry Portia?
Bassanio.
Bassanio, yes, Bassanio wanted to marry Portia. Okay. Okay, now come to the Act 3. Just a minute. Okay, yes. So Salarino said, there is an apparently confirmed report stating that one of Antonio's ships with expensive cargo is destroyed in the narrow sea channel. From the beginning of this one, scene 1, act 1, scene 1, Antonio was worried. He was worried for what? He was worried for his ship which was there in the sea. Okay. So now Salarino is informing that the ship with expensive cargo is destroyed in the narrow sea channel. I think that they call the place Goodwin Sands, a dangerous shallow place where many good ships are believed to have been destroyed and their parts lie buried, if a talkative woman's rumor is to be believed. Now, what answer Salarino gave? He said, I would she were as lying a gossip, in that as ever nabbed Ginger, or made her neighbors believe she wept for the death of a third husband. But it is true, without any slips of prolixity or crossing the plain highway of talk, that the good Antonio, the honest Antonio, oh, that I had a title good enough to keep his name company. So what Salarino said, I only hope that Madame Rumor is as big a liar as an old woman who chewed ginger and made her neighbors believe that she wept when her third husband died. Without speaking much or beating about the bush, I am afraid that the noble Antonio, I wish I could find an adjective suitable enough to be added to his name. So what he is doing? He is praising Antonio. Salarino, come the full stop. Now Salarino said, oh, come on, put an end to your story. Salarino said, how, what sayest thou? Why the end is he hath lost a ship. What did you say, Salarino? The sum and substance is that Antonio has lost a ship. Salarino said, I would it might prove the end of his losses. Salarino said, I hope it may be the end of his loss, that he will recover from this loss very soon. Salarino said, I would it prove the... Okay. Salarino said, let me say Amen betimes, lest the devil cross my prayer, for here he comes in the likeness of a Jew. Let me say quickly Amen to that wish immediately. Means Salarino prays for Antonio that may his all problems come to an end. But Salarino said that let me say quickly Amen for what you pray for him before the devil can ruin it. And here comes the devil in the form of a Jew. Who was Jew in the this one novel?
Shylock.
Yes, Shylock. So that means now the Shylock entered in the scene. How now, Shylock, what news among the merchants? Well, Shylock, what is the news today among the merchants? Okay. Now next page. Shylock, you knew none so well as you of my daughter's flight. Shylock said, you better than anyone else know well that my daughter has eloped. Salarino said, "That's certain. I, for my part, knew the tailor that made the wings she flew withal." Salarino said, "This is quite correct. I even know the tailor who made the clothes in which she eloped." Salanio now said, and Shylock, for his own part, knew the bird was fledged, and then it is the complexion of them all to leave the dam. Shylock, for his part, knew that the young bird was ready to fly, as it is the nature of all young birds to leave the mother. Shylock said, "She is damned for it." Well, she will be damned for doing so. So Salarino said that that's certain. If the devil may be her judge, if devil will judge her, then Shylock, my own flesh and blood to rebel. So Shylock said, "Oh, my own flesh and blood has rebelled against me." Salarino, there is more difference between thy flesh and hers than between jet and ivory, more between your bloods than there is between red wine and Rhenish. But tell us, do you hear, whether Antonio have had any loss at sea or no? Now what Salarino is, he is informing about Antonio to Shylock. So he said that there is more difference between you and her than there is between two colors like black and white. There is more difference between your blood and hers than there is between ordinary red wine and the expensive white German wine. But tell us, have you heard whether Antonio has lost a ship at sea or not? Then Shylock said, "There I have another bad match, a bankrupt, a prodigal who dares scarce show his head on the Rialto, a beggar that was used to come so smug upon the mart. Let him look to his bond. He was wont to call me usurer. Let him look to his bond. He was wont to lend money for a Christian courtesy. Let him look to his bond." So what? Because Shylock doesn't like Antonio. He said that he's a Christian and I am a Jew. And something happened between them before. So that's he want to take the revenge from Antonio. So he said that there I have another bad bargain with a bankrupt, a spendthrift who can hardly show his face on the exchange. He is beggar now, who used to come smiling, so self-satisfied to the market. Let him take care of his bond. He used to call me a money lender. Let him take care of his bond. He used to lend money free of interest as an act of Christian charity. Let him take care of redeem his bond in time. Now Salarino asked, "Why, I am sure if he forfeit, thou wilt not take his flesh. What's that good for?" Salarino said, "Well, I am sure that if he fails to pay in time, you will not insist on taking his flesh. Of what good is that to you?" Now what Shylock answered? Yes. So here is Shylock's reply. "To bait fish withal, if it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He had disgraced me and hindered me 500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted my bargains, cooled my friends, heated mine enemies, and what's his reason? I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions? Fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer, as a Christian is. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we are like you in the rest, we will resemble you in that. If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge. If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferance be by Christian example? Why revenge? The villainy you teach me, I will execute, and it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction. Okay, so this what Shylock said, that to use it as a bait to catch fish. If it will feed nothing else, it will satisfy my thirst for revenge. Means what he asked from Antonio, that if he will not be able to pay his debt, what the money which he borrowed from him, so he want his piece of flesh. So this Selenio asked that what you will do with that flesh. So he answered that it will satisfy my thirst for revenge. He has humiliated me and made me lose 500,000 ducats. He has made fun of my losses and mocked at my gains, despised my race, interfered in my business deals, diminished my friends' affections, and incited my enemies. Why does he do such thing? It is only because I am a Jew. Has not a Jew eyes like other men? Has he not hands, physical organs, bodily form, the same senses, affections, and passions? Is he not fed with the same food as other men, hurt by the same weapon, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same medicines, warmed by summer and cooled by winter, just as a Christian is? So he is comparing that the Christian, either the person is a Christian or a Jew, they both are same. Okay. So he said that he will take revenge. If he will take revenge, so why should not I? I will definitely take the revenge from him. Now a servant entered in the scene. Servant asked, "Gentleman, my master Antonio is at his house and desires to speak with you both." So to whom he is asking? To whom he is asking? Servant. Yes, class? He's talking about whom? Yes, because they both were Antonio's friend. Okay. So he asked that Antonio want to speak with you. Salarino said, "We have been up and down to seek him, that we have been looking for him everywhere." Now Salarino said, "Here comes another of the tribe, a third cannot be matched unless the devil himself turned Jew." So here comes another man from the same race, Jew. We could not find a third to match these two unless the devil himself were to become a Jew. Now Salarino and servant go out, means they left the scene. Now entered Tubal. Shylock, "How now, Tubal, what news from Genoa? Hast thou found my daughter?" Shylock was asking Tubal, "What news from Genoa? Have you found my daughter?" Okay. Tubal answered, "I often came where I did hear of her, but cannot find her. I went to the places where I heard some news about her, but I could not find her." Then Shylock said, "Why, there, a diamond gone cost me 2,000 ducats in Frankfurt. The curse never fell upon our nation till now. I never felt it till now. Now 2,000 ducats in that, and other precious jewels. I would my daughter were dead at my foot, and the jewels in her ear. Would she were at my foot and the ducats in her coffin. No news of them. Why so? And I know not what's spent in the search. Why thou loss upon loss, the thief gone with so much and so much to find the thief, and no satisfaction, no revenge, nor no ill luck stirring, but what lights on my shoulders, no signs but of my breathing, no tears but of my shedding. So what Shylock said, alas, alas, I lost a diamond that cost me 2,000 ducats in Frankfurt. The ancient curse never fell upon our race till now. I never felt its effect. 2,000 ducats lost in a diamond alone, and besides, I lost many other precious jewels. I wish that my daughter were dead before me. With the diamonds in her ear, I wish that dead body was kept at my feet with my ducats in her coffin. Have you no news of them? So much is spent in the search for her. Oh, what loss upon loss. He was looking for her daughter. Okay, the thief has run away with so much, and now so much has been spent in trying to locate the thief. I have neither satisfaction nor revenge. Only bad luck has fallen on me. There is no sympathy for me from anywhere. There are no signs except the sign that I breathe. There are no tears except the ones shed by me. Tubal said, yes, other men have ill look to Antonio, as I heard in Genoa. Yes, there is one more person, Antonio, and he has also a bad luck. Shylock, what? Ill luck means what? Has he had bad luck too? How? What? Tubal said, hath an argosy cast away coming from Tripolis. He has had one of his ships wrecked while sailing from Tripoli. I thank God. Is it true? Oh, thank God, is it true? Tubal said, I spoke with some of the sailors that escaped the wreck. Shylock said, thank you, good Tubal, that's a good news. Where did you hear about them in Genoa? Why he was happy? Because he wanted to take revenge from Antonio, and when he got this news that his ship has been wrecked in the sea, so he got happy that now the bad luck is for Antonio too. Okay. Now Tubal said, your daughter spent in Genoa, as I heard, in one night 80 ducats. So what he said, yes, I heard that your daughter spent 80 ducats in one night in Genoa. Shylock, thou stickest a dagger in me. I shall never see my gold again. 80 ducats at a sitting. 80 ducats. So he's saying, you stab me with a dagger. I will never see my money again. 80 ducats at one time. Means he was surprised. Tubal said, there came divers of Antonio's creditors in my company to Venice that swear he cannot choose but break. Tubal said, many of Antonio's creditors sailed with me, and they said that he cannot avoid going bankrupt. Shylock, I am very glad of it. I will play him. I will torture him. I am glad of it. Why he was glad? Because he wanted to take the revenge from Antonio. So now he was happy that he got bankrupt. Now he won't be able to clear my debt, clear his debts. So he will ask the piece of flesh from him. Tubal said, one of them showed me a ring that he had of your daughter for a monkey. Tubal said that one of them showed me a ring which he got from your daughter in return for a monkey. Tubal, one of Shylock, out upon her, thou torturest me, Tubal. It was my turquoise. I had it of lay when I was a bachelor. I would not have given it to for a wilderness of monkeys. Shylock said, shame on her, you torture me, Tubal. That was my turquoise ring. My wife Leigh gave it to me before our marriage. I would not have exchanged it for a horde of monkeys. Tubal said, but Antonio is certainly undone. That Antonio is ruined. Shylock said, nay, that's true. That's very true. Go, Tubal, fee me an officer. Bespeak him a fortnight before. I will have the heart of him. If he forfeit were he out of Venice, I can make what merchandise I will. Go, Tubal, and meet me at your synagogue. Go, good Tubal, at our synagogue, Tubal. So what he's asking? He's asking, indeed, that's very true. Go ahead, Tubal, and hire a law officer for me by paying him an advance fee. Engage him a fortnight in advance. I shall have Antonio's heart if he fails to meet the condition laid down in the bond. Once he is out of Venice, I could make as much as profit as I like. Go ahead and do it, Tubal, and then meet me at our Jewish synagogue. Synagogue कहते हैं Jewish place of worship, मतलब where the Jew worship. Okay. So now this is Act 3, Scene 1. After this means the first scene has been ended here. So we'll continue the second scene in the next class. Okay. First, now tell me, have you understand what I was teaching you? Have you understand that? You got the story? Yes, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me, how many characters were there in this scene? In the starting, how many characters were there?
2.
Who were they?
5, ma'am.
I'm Salanio in the starting.
Then who joined them? Shylock. And then who come to ask them, call them?
Servant.
One servant. And what he said?
That Antonio wants to see. And
yes, and he is calling you both, है ना? Okay, and after that, who entered? Who had a talk with Shylock? Tubal. And why Shylock was instead of this one Antonio, he was worried for some other reason. What was that reason?
For his jewels.
Yes.
For his money and jewels.
Jewels. And who took money from him?
His daughter.
Yeah, his daughter. Okay. So he was worried about his jewels and money, and he was asking Tubal to just find out his daughter. But he was very happy when he got this news that now the Antonio is bankrupt. He won't be able to pay to clear his debts, and then I will definitely take revenge by asking him to give a piece of flesh from his body. Okay, everyone? It is clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we will continue with the next scene in your next class. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So for today only, the class is over. Inshallah, we'll meet in the next class. ओके, थैंक यू सो
Assalamualaikum,
मच।
ma'am.
अल्लाह हाफिज़।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मैम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मैम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।